Dear students, I am Dr. Timmegowda in our Department of Chemistry, Government SKSJ Technological Institute, KR Circle, Bangalore. In my Session 3 video lecture, I am going to explain the continuation of Engineering Chemistry Module 1, that is Electrochemistry and Energy Storage Systems. In my previous session, I explained the topics electrode potential, cell potential, and derivation of Nernst equation for single electrode. So let's start the session 3. The content includes the cell diagram, cell representation, and cell reactions, and numerical problems on electrode potential E, standard electrode potential E naught, and EMF of the cell E cell. So this is the cell diagram for Daniell cell, which consists of zinc metal immersed in zinc sulfate solution and copper metal immersed in copper sulfate solution. And these two electrodes are externally connected by electrical conductor through voltmeter and internally connected through salt bridge. So next question is, which electrode working as anode and which electrode working as cathode among these two electrodes? The electrode with lower standard reduction potential value working as anode or negative electrode, and the electrode with higher standard reduction potential value working as cathode or positive electrode. So when connected each other. So this is about the cell diagram. So we can represent this diagram in symbolic form. According to IUPAC convention, anode should be written left side and cathode should be written right side, and anode and cathode is separated by salt bridge, that is by double vertical lines, and the metal and electrolyte solution, which is separated by single vertical line, which indicates the phase boundary between the solid and the electrolyte solution. So if we consider the Daniell cell, the zinc electrode function as anode, hence I have written left side, the zinc metal, that is solid phase, it is in contact with zinc 2 plus ions, the solution containing zinc 2 plus ions. And if we know the concentration, we can mention in the parenthesis here. And this single vertical line, it indicates there is a separation between solid phase and the solution phase. And the cathode, that is copper electrode, it written right side of the anode. Here the electrolyte solution is copper sulfate, that is containing Cu2 plus ions, and we can mention the concentration of copper sulfate or any electrolyte here, and it is in contact with the copper metal, it is in solid phase, and these copper sulfate solution and the copper, it is separated by single vertical line. This indicates the phase boundary between solid and solution phase. And this anode and cathode separated by double vertical line, that is salt bridge, that is salt bridge. And this arrow indicates the movement of electrons from anode to cathode, anode to cathode. So in this way, we can represent the cell. So the next question is the cell reactions. So before that, we can go through the reactions occur at respective electrodes. At anode, oxidation reaction occur. Hence, here zinc working as anode, it will undergo oxidation reaction and it will release electrons, and simultaneously at cathode reduction reaction takes place. So hence the electrons released at anode, it move towards cathode and available at cathode. Hence the copper 2 plus ions present in the solution, it will go and gain that available electrons and it become copper. So this is reduction reaction. So hence the net cell reaction, the zinc and reacts with the zinc plus Cu2 plus ions, the zinc converted into zinc 2 plus, and simultaneously the copper 2 plus ion is converted into the neutral copper. So overall redox reaction takes place. Oxidation reaction occur at anode, reduction reaction at cathode. So this is about the cell reactions. So let's start the problems on E, E naught and E cell using Nernst equation for single electrode, that is E is equal to E naught plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log the concentration of electrolyte or metal ions. Under standard conditions, if we substitute the constant values, that is the Faraday's constant 96,500 coulombs per mole of electrons, and universal gas constant value 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole, and the temperature 298 Kelvin, then the Nernst equation for single electrode can be written as E is equal to E naught plus 0.0591 divided by N log of concentration of metal ions in solution. So if we consider a cell which consists of two off cells, then the Nernst equation can be written as E cell is equal to E naught cell plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log of the concentration of metal ions solution at cathode divided by the concentration of the solution at anode. If under standard condition, if we substitute the values of F, R and T, so we can written the Nernst equation as E cell is equal to E naught cell plus 0.0591 divided by N log of the concentration of the electrolyte solution at cathode divided by concentration of electrolyte solution at anode. So using these Nernst equations, we can solve the problems. The problem number 1, calculate the electrode potential of zinc electrode dipped in a solution of 0.03 molar zinc sulfate at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. The standard electrode potential of zinc electrode is minus 0.76 volt. So it is only for single electrode, not for cell. Hence, the Nernst equation suitable for this problem is E is equal to E naught plus 0.0591 divided by N log of concentration of metal ions. So why I selected this directly because they have mentioned the reaction condition, that is 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. That indicates it is a standard condition. So the given values are the standard electrode potential for zinc, that is minus 0.76 volt, and we should calculate the electrode potential of zinc and the concentration of zinc sulfate solution, the metal ion solution concentration, that will equal to 0.03 molar, and the value of N, number of moles of electrons involved in the reaction, that is equal to 2. So because here the valency is Zn 2 plus, that means when zinc undergo oxidation, it will release 2 moles of electrons. So after substituting the above given values to the Nernst equation, and after the calculation, we will get the electrode potential of zinc electrode is equal to minus 0.805 volt. So here the log of 0.03, that is equal to minus 1.523, and the final answer is the electrode potential of zinc electrode under these conditions is equal to minus 0.805 volt. So let's move to the second problem. Calculate the electrode potential of copper if the concentration of copper sulfate is 0.206 molar at temperature 23.1 degrees Celsius, given that the standard electrode potential of copper is equal to plus 0.34 volt. So here we should see the temperature is not 25 degrees Celsius, it is 23.1 degrees Celsius. Hence, that indicates it is not a standard condition. So we should use the suitable Nernst equation, that is E is equal to E naught plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log concentration of the copper sulfate solution in this problem. So let's take the given values here. The standard electrode potential value of copper 0.34 volt, and concentration of copper sulfate solution, that is equal to 0.206 molar, and number of moles of electrons involved in the reaction is 2, because again here if the copper undergoes oxidation, it will release 2 moles of electrons, and the given temperature, that is 23.1 degrees Celsius, we must convert into the Kelvin scale. Hence it 23.1 plus 273, that is equal to 296.1 Kelvin. So if we substitute the given values to this Nernst equation, E is equal to E naught value 0.34 volt plus 2.303 into R value 8.314 and temperature 296.1 divided by N is 2 and the value of F 96,500 log of the concentration of the copper sulfate solution, that is 0.206. So the log of 0.206 is will be equal to minus 0.68613. After the calculation, we'll get the electrode potential of the copper metal under these conditions is equal to 0.3198 volt. So in this way, we can calculate the standard electrode potential of the given copper electrode. The problem number 3, calculate the standard electrode potential of lead electrode if the electrode potential at 301 Kelvin is minus 0.18025 volt and the concentration of lead 2 plus ion solution is 0.0096 molar. So this problem is similar to previous problem. The difference is here they have mentioned lead electrode, and also the temperature is different and the voltage is different. The given values are the electrode potential of lead is equal to minus 0.18025 volt, and the standard electrode potential of lead to be calculated, and concentration of the metal ions that is equal to 0.0096 molar, and the value of N will be equal to 2, and the given temperature is equal to 301 Kelvin. The suitable non-state equation for this problem is E is equal to E naught plus 2.303 RT divided by NF, log of concentration of the metal ions in solution. So if we substitute the given values, they are the electrode potential of lead electrode, that is minus 0.18025 volts, that is equal to the standard electrode potential of lead to be calculated plus 2.303, R value is 8.314 and temperature is 301 Kelvin divided by value of N is 2 and the value of Faraday's constant 96,500, log of the concentration of lead ions in solution equals to 0.0096. The value of log 0.0096 equals to minus 2.0177. So if we substitute all the given values, we can retain this E naught lead 2 plus lead here, and we can take this value to other side, and finally you'll get the standard electrode potential of lead electrode is equal to minus 0.12 volt. So this is about problem number 3. Problem number 4. What voltage will be generated if a cell consists of iron electrode immersed in 0.5 molar ferrous sulfate solution and copper electrode immersed in 1 molar copper sulfate solution at 298 Kelvin, given standard electrode potential of iron equals to minus 0.44 volt and standard electrode potential of copper is equal to plus 0.34 volt. Write the cell representation and cell reaction. So this is appeared in 2019 question paper. Let's write the given values. Here EMF of the cell to be calculated. The given values, the standard electrode potential of iron equals to minus 0.44 volt. Standard electrode potential of copper is equal to 0.34 volt, and concentration of ferrous sulfate is equal to 0.5 molar, and concentration of copper sulfate is equal to 1.0 molar, and the temperature is equal to 298 Kelvin. The suitable non-state equation, it is not for single electrode because it consists of 2 electrodes and they are connected to each other. Hence, we should select the suitable non-state equation, that is for cell. E cell is equal to E naught cell plus 0.0591 divided by N, log of concentration of electrolyte at cathode divided by concentration of electrolyte at anode. So why I selected the equation at standard condition? So because they mentioned the temperature, that is 298 Kelvin or 25 degree Celsius. So first, to calculate EMF of the cell, we should calculate standard EMF of the cell. So that is, standard EMF of the cell is equal to standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. So that is equal to, the cathode here is copper because of higher standard reduction potential value, that is 0.34 minus the electrode potential of iron. This is an anode now, that is equal to minus 0.44 volt. So the standard EMF of the cell value is equal to 0.78 volt. So EMF of the cell, that is equal to the E naught cell, that is equal to 0.78 volt plus 0.0591 divided by the value of N is equal to 2, because 2 moles of electrons will exchange during the reaction, log of the concentration of the solution at cathode, that is copper sulfate. The concentration is 1 molar divided by concentration of electrolyte solution at anode. So that is ferrous sulfate, that is 0.5 molar. So after the calculation, we will get the EMF of the cell produced under these conditions is equal to 0.789 volt. So next question is, write the cell representation and cell reactions. So how to represent the given cell? So as already decided, iron working as anode and copper working as cathode. Hence, the anode should be written left side, that is iron metal immersed in ferrous sulfate solution of 0.5 molar. It contains Fe2 plus ions, and it is separated by a salt bridge indicated by double vertical line, and then it is in contact with copper 2 plus ion solution of 1 molar solution, and it is in contact with the solid copper. The solution and solid separated by single vertical line. This indicates the phase boundary. So anode should be written left side and cathode should be written right side of anode, and anode and cathode separated by double vertical line, that is indicated salt bridge, and the solid and solution are separated by single vertical line. This is the phase boundary. So lastly, cell reactions. As we know, at anode oxidation reaction occur and at cathode reduction reaction occur. So here iron is an anode which will undergo oxidation reaction and it releases 2 electrons, and at cathode copper 2 plus ions present in the solution will gain that electron and becomes neutral copper. So net cell reaction Fe plus Cu2 plus gives rise to Fe2 plus Cu. The electrons cancel on both sides. So this is about the calculation of EMF of the cell and cell representation and cell reactions. The question number 5. For the cell, Fe bar Fe2 plus of 0.01 molar and salt bridge, Ag plus of 0.1 molar bar Ag, write the cell reaction and calculate the EMF of the cell at 298 Kelvin if standard reduction potentials of iron and silver electrodes are minus 0.44 volt and plus 0.8 volt respectively. The given values are, here we should calculate EMF of the cell, the given standard reduction potential of iron electrode minus 0.44 volt and standard reduction potential value for silver equals to plus 0.8 volt and concentration of Fe2 plus ions 0.01 molar, concentration of Cu2 plus ion 0.1 molar and temperature 298 Kelvin. So if you look at these standard reduction potential value, here iron function as anode and silver function as cathode. The first question, write the cell reaction. Here iron working as anode and it undergoes oxidation reaction and it releases 2 electrons, and silver working as cathode and this undergo reduction reaction by gaining the released electron. So here we should notice one thing, we multiplied silver ions by 2 because each mole of iron produces 2 moles of electrons, hence 2 moles of silver ions will react with released electrons. That means for each mole of iron reacts with 2 moles of silver ions. So hence 2 moles of electrons released here, hence 2 moles of silver ions reacts with the released electrons. So, and it becomes 2 Ag. The net cell reaction Fe plus 2 Ag plus gives rise to Fe2 plus 2 Ag because the electrons cancel both the sides. So next question here, calculate EMF of the cell. For that we need standard EMF of the cell, that is equal to standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. So here the cathode is silver and its standard reduction potential value 0.80 volt minus, and anode standard reduction potential value minus 0.44 volt. Hence we'll get E0 cell value is equal to 1.24 volt. As the suitable Nernst equation here for the cell is E cell is equal to E0 cell plus 0.0591 divided by n log of the concentration of the solution at cathode divided by concentration of the solution at anode. So because I selected standard condition, the temperature is at 298 Kelvin. So if we substitute the values, the E cell is equal to the E0 cell value 1.24 volt plus 0.0591 divided by value of n. It is 2 moles of electrons released during the reaction, exchanged during the reaction, log of the concentration of the solution at cathode. Cathode is Ag plus ion, its concentration it is 0.1 and square, that is the coefficient, that is 2 Ag plus the coefficient we should it is multiply here Ag plus square divided by concentration of the solution at cathode divided by concentration of the metal ion solution at anode, that is iron 0.01. So here there is a small mistake. It should be Ag plus. It should be Ag plus. Okay, after that, the log 0.1 square is equal to, 0.1 square is equal to 0.01. Hence, 0.01 divided by 0.01 becomes 1. Log 1 is equal to 0. Hence, the whole term is equal to 0. Hence, the EMF of the cell under this given condition produced is equal to 1.24 volt. So this is about how to write the cell reactions and how to calculate EMF of the cell under given conditions. Problem number 6, which is appeared in June-July 2014 question paper. An electrochemical cell is constructed by immersing a silver wire in AgNO3 solution of 0.5 molar and a cadmium wire in cadmium sulfate solution of 0.25 molar at 25 degrees Celsius. Then write the cell diagram, cell reaction, and calculate EMF of the cell and change in free energy. The given standard electrode potential of Ag is equal to 0.8 volt and standard electrode potential of cadmium is equal to minus 0.40 volt, and given Faraday's constant, that is equal to 96.5 kilojoules per kg per volt. So here these are the given values we have listed. And if we look at the standard electrode potential of different metals, Ag 0.8 volts and cadmium minus 0.40 volt. Hence, cadmium function as anode because of lower standard reduction potential value, and silver function as cathode because of higher standard reduction potential value. Hence, we can represent the cell like this. The cadmium solid, which is immersed in cadmium sulfate solution of 0.25 molar concentration, and it is written left side because it's an anode, and the silver nitrate solution of 0.5 molar solution, and in which silver is immersed and it is working as cathode, and anode and cathode are separated by double vertical line. This indicates salt bridge, and metal and solution is separated by single vertical line. It is phase boundary. So at anode, oxidation reaction occur. Here cadmium undergo oxidation because it is an anode and releases 2 moles of electrons. Simultaneously at cathode, the 2 moles of silver ions react with released electron and becomes 2 Ag. Net cell reaction, cadmium plus 2 Ag plus ions gives rise to cadmium 2 plus 2 Ag. So EMF of the cell is equal to standard EMF of the cell plus 0.0591 divided by N log of concentration of the solution at cathode divided by concentration of the solution at anode. So let's calculate standard EMF of the cell, that is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. E naught cathode is silver, its value is 0.80 volt, minus E naught anode and its value minus 0.40 volt. Hence we will get E naught cell value is equal to 1.2 volts. So EMF of the cell is equal to E naught cell plus 0.0591 by N log of silver ions concentration divided by cadmium ion concentration. So because 2 moles of silver ions involved in the reaction, so we should square it. E cell is equal to E naught cell value 1.2 volt plus 0.0591 by 2 log of the silver ion concentration is 0.5 square divided by cadmium ion concentration 0.25. And finally, you will get EMF of the cell under given condition is equal to 1.2 volts. And lastly, the change in free energy, that is equal to delta G is equal to minus NF E. So if we substitute the value, the number of moles of electrons will be equal to 2 into the given Faraday's constant value 96.5 and the EMF of the cell produced is equal to 1.2, and we will get the change in free energy that is equal to minus 231.6 kilojoules per kg. This, the delta G value is negative, hence the cell reaction is spontaneous reaction. The problem number 7, that is, write the off cell and net cell reactions for the cell cadmium in cadmium 2+ ion solution of 0.01 molar, and it is separated by salt bridge. Copper 2+ ion of 0.5 molar, the copper is immersed in it. The standard reduction potential values for cadmium copper are minus 0.4 volt for cadmium and for copper 0.34 volt respectively. Calculate the EMF of the cell. The first question in this is write the off cell and net cell reactions. So here, as we know, the anode written left side and cathode it's written right side. The anode is cadmium and it will undergo oxidation and releases 2 moles of electrons, and at the cathode the copper 2+ ions will react with the 2 moles of electrons and it becomes copper. The net cell reaction is cadmium plus copper 2+ ions gives rise to cadmium 2+ plus copper. So next question is calculate EMF of the cell. To calculate EMF, we need standard EMF of the cell that can be calculated by using the formula standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. The cathode is copper and its standard reduction potential value 0.34 minus of the anode value minus 0.4, and E0 cell value is equal to 0.74 volt. Hence we can substitute the values, that is E cell is equal to E0 cell value, that is 0.74 volt, and 0.0591 divided by the value of N is 2, and log of the concentration of the solution at cathode 0.5 divided by concentration of the solution at anode is 0.01, and 0.5 divided by 0.01, that is 50. Log 50 is equal to 1.69897. So if we calculate the value, we'll get EMF of the cell produced under these conditions is equal to 0.7902 volts. And one more thing here, I selected this Nernst equation for cell under standard condition because they have not mentioned any temperature. We can assume it under standard condition. So the suitable equation is E cell is equal to E0 cell plus 0.0591 by N log of the concentration of the solution at cathode divided by concentration of the solution at anode. This is about how to write the cell reactions and how to calculate EMF of the cell under given condition. So let's go through some of the multiple choice questions covered under this session. The cadmium solid, it is immersed in cadmium 2+ ion solution of 0.01 molar. Similarly, copper is immersed in the solution containing copper 2+ ion of 0.5 molar, and these two are, it is separated by double vertical line. This indicates salt bridge. The anode in the above cell is, according to a UPSC convention, anode should be written left side of the cell representation. Hence, the anode in the above cell representation is cadmium. The right answer is option B, cadmium. Question number 2. Nernst equation for the cell Zn solid plus copper 2 plus ions solution gives rise to Zn2 plus of aqueous solution plus copper solid. So here zinc undergoes oxidation and copper 2 plus ion undergoes reduction. Hence zinc is an anode and copper is cathode. The option A, E is equal to E0 plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log zinc 2 plus ions. Option B, E is equal to E0 plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log of copper 2 plus ions concentration. Option C, E is equal to E0 plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log of concentration of copper 2 plus ions divided by concentration of zinc 2 plus ion. Option D, E is equal to E0 plus 2.303 RT divided by NF log of concentration of zinc 2 plus ion divided by concentration of copper 2 plus ion. As we know, it is the concentration of the solution at cathode divided by concentration of the solution at anode. Here, copper working as cathode and zinc working as anode. And the right answer is option C. Question number 3. Zinc solid in zinc 2 plus ion solution of 0.5 molar and simultaneously nickel immersed in nickel 2 plus ion of 0.05 molar, and these are separated by short bridge. Then the cathodic reaction of the cell is, so according to UPSC convention, the cathode should be written right side of the representation. Hence here nickel working as cathode and the reaction occur at cathode is reduction reaction. Hence the nickel 2 plus ion reacts with the electron and it becomes neutral nickel. Hence the right answer is option C. Question number 4. The electrode potential E of copper 2 plus ion of 0.01 molar at 25 degrees Celsius is the given standard electrode potential of copper 2 plus bar copper is equal to 0.34 volt. So what is the electrode potential of copper? The suitable Nernst equation can be used is E is equal to E0 plus 0.0591 by N log of concentration of the metal ions. Here E0 value 0.34, 0.0591 by value of N is equal to 2, log of concentration of the copper 2 plus is 0.01 molar. So hence E is equal to 0.34 plus, so 0.02955 into log 0.01 value minus 2, and finally you'll get E value is equal to 0.281 volt. Hence the right answer is option D, that is plus 0.281 volt. Question number 5. The cadmium solid in immersed in cadmium 2 plus ion solution of 0.01 molar and copper metal immersed in the solution of copper 2 plus ion of concentration 0.01 molar. The standard reduction potentials of cadmium and copper are minus 0.4 volt and 0.34 volt respectively. Then standard EMF of the cell produced by the cell is option A plus 0.790 volt, option B minus 0.790 volt, option C minus 0.74 volt, option D plus 0.74 volt. We know that we can calculate standard EMF of the cell using the formula standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. So here the anode is cadmium and its value minus 0.4, and cathode is copper and its value 0.34 volt. So hence the right answer is option D, that is 0.74 volt. Question number 6. The cell can be represented according to the conventions. Option A, the anode should be written left side. Option B, the cathode should be written right side of anode. Option C, anode and cathode separated by short bridge. Option D, all the above. As we know, we should represent the cell by using all these conventions. Hence, the right answer is option D, that is all the above. So I'll stop this here. These are the reference materials you can go through, and I will continue the remaining syllabus in next session. Thank you.